The self-destructed Nice Buns makes the break. Here's the Eternal Cam Nation 2nd Division. They're off and pacing. Leaving out in the center to go for and try and get that early lead is Long Shot Always Dawn. Race favorite Perfectly Chic is pacing up to challenge. Taken under a hard hold third inside is Can't See Me. Backed off fourth, Millie Mae Hanover. Fifth inside to Lady Gambler. Racing back there, sixth is Little Poppy. Further back into seventh is Bonamy Hanover. And the trailer in the backfield after the break, Nice Buns. Here's the quarter for Perfectly Chic. She's over there in 27-3 into the backstretch. Perfectly Chic fronts them by 2 lengths. Long Shot Always Dawn is second. Out of third on the hustle, here comes Can't See Me. As Dunn says go to Can't See Me, and she'll brush her way to the front at 3/8. Perfectly Chic is back into second now as McClure tries to get her to settle into that 2-hole. Can't See Me trying to step on by. Can't See Me does clear to the lead now. Perfectly Chic is back into second. It's 2 lengths to Always Dawn third. Halftime just 57-1. 57-1, and Can't See Me leads to the far turn. Leads it by a length and a half. Perfectly Chic is second. Millie Mae Hanover third outside. Then Always Dawn is fourth. Covered up outside. Little Poppy into fifth now. Lady Gambler sixth. Seventh tipped out goes Bonamy Hanover. 3/4 bound, and the backfield's got its work cut out for them here. Off these fractions, Can't See Me takes them to 3/4 and leads in 125-1. Perfectly Chic is right there second, ready to go into attack mode as they swing into the stretch. Can't See Me up front leads the way a length and a half. Perfectly Chic is right there second, tips and drives, and they're in sprint mode coming into the final 1/8 of the mile. Can't See Me, Perfectly Chic on the outside, is pacing up to grab the lead. Perfectly Chic will sweep up and win. Perfectly Chic to win the Eternal Cam Nation 2nd Division over Can't See Me. A late driving third was Bonamy Hanover in 1:52-3.
I mean, Bob really couldn't have drawn this up any better. He leaves out of there with speed, probably hoping I'm going to get covered up by Can't See Me, and Dexter Dunn he couldn't hold her in the 3-hole. She wanted to go forward. He made that.
Leads the way a length and a half. Perfectly Chic is right there second, tips and drives, and they're in sprint mode coming into the final 1/8 of the mile. Can't See Me, Perfectly Chic on the outside, is pacing up to grab the lead. Perfectly Chic will sweep up and win. Perfectly Chic to win the Eternal Cam Nation 2nd Division over Can't See Me. A late driving third was Bonamy Hanover in 1:52-3. Perfectly Chic returns to victory lane, capturing this division of the Eternal Cam Nation. 2-year-old daughter Better Than Cheddar out of the Badlands Hanover mare, Fit and Bad, owned by Steve Mahalik. Trainer John Pentland shares ownership with 272-9346 Ontario Incorporated. Bob McClure in the bike for the winning drive shares ownership on this filly. Choose Something Else, her second victory from 5 starts. On the board now with all 5 of her assignments. It is Perfectly Chic in the 2nd Division of the Eternal Cam Nation.
Perfectly Chic captures this division of the Eternal Cam Nation. I'm here alongside winning trainer John Pentland, winning driver Bob McClure, and winning owner Steve Mahalik. Obviously Bob and John as well, co-owners on this talented filly. John, I'm going to start with you. We spoke earlier on the night. You just weren't sure in terms of maybe her tightness level, how she would be going into this race. Just what were your thoughts on that performance?
I mean, you're always nervous. I mean, a few weeks off before a Grand Circuit race, and I mean, she obviously had some time off because of what happened to her there prior to the Grand River race. So, I mean, you're never 100% confident.
Obviously dating back to that scratch in the Battle of the Bells final, though, was whatever took place, was that something that could have been season altering potentially?
Yeah. I mean, she kind of banged herself up. I think she might have got cast in the stall, and so it was enough that it threw her off. Definitely, she could not have raced in that race, and so we dealt with it, and looks like maybe she's come back okay.
And just quickly talk about her progression from start to start so far in her young career.
I mean, all good. I mean, she was really hot when we started. She was hot training down, and I made a few adjustments, and I mean, she's fairly easy to drive. It's easy for me to say, but you know, I mean, he can put her in a hole and he can do what he wants with her. So that's a big thing.
Congratulations, John.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, here alongside winning driver and co-owner Bob McClure. Now for you, Bob, obviously missed the time. She qualified well. Take us through your decision with that trip tonight, though, and how did she feel out there before the race?
She felt good, not quite 100%, but good enough that I was confident in her. I was really just looking to leave and sit. I figured that was easier than trying to come around a whole bunch. I figured if I could follow Dex, I could be second and, maybe give him a shot down the lane. But, coming out of the last turn, she felt really good, and I knew I had lots of time, so I wasn't in a rush. And when I moved her, she dug real deep. I'm real happy with her, and she's been a pleasure to drive, and I'm so lucky to be able to do it with good friends of mine, John and Steve, too.
And for you, obviously, the lengthy delay because of a shoe repair. I mean, for you, was there a little bit of doubt in your mind? Sometimes, it can affect young horses.
It does, yeah, for sure. And, luckily, John's really good at teaching them to stay quiet. They do a lot of walking. She walked perfectly, but, a few of the other ones in there, I can guarantee it affected them negatively.
Just maybe go a little bit more in depth. Obviously, you good friends with Steve Mohawk, good friends with John as well, and the three of you teamed up here to buy this filly as well. Just talk about the decision to go behind that.
Well, me and Steve won one together, and I said if it's a pacer, we'll give it to Pentland. If it's Har, we'll give it to Etzel, and we ended up with a full sister to Laura's Love, who Pentland won O'Brien with. So just all worked out really perfect.
Congratulations, Bob. Enjoy this one.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to bring in the third member of this happy ownership group, Steve Mohawk. Steve, your first Grand Circuit victory here for you. I know you were so excited about seeing her race in the Battle of the Bells finals. You're at the Meadowlands, just talking her up all weekend. Just talk about the range of emotions. How disappointing was that to have her scratch? But then even going to this race here, just talk about the highs and the lows.
The highs and lows in this business are so difficult. I mean, I bought shirts for everyone. And then we had to scratch her, so it was disappointing. But today just makes up for it, and I do thank John and Bob for just what they've done with this horse. I'm just an innocent bystander here, and I just loved holding this trophy in my favorite track in North America. So.
You're just obviously a pretty even-keeled guy, just all throughout the highs and the lows. For you, just what are you feeling after this moment?
Emotion.
You obviously, your friendship with Bob is well known as well. Just how happy is it for you to get the job done, along with John, of course, but just for you, what does that mean to you to get it done with Bob, someone you're so close to?
It's just amazing. I'm lost for words, because when you win races with your friends, it just means even more to you.
And, did you think that she could maybe put forth this kind of performance despite being scratched in that Battle of the Bells final?
Yes, she's a good horse.
Congratulations, Steve, and go enjoy this one.
Thank you, Johnny.
All right, there's Perfectly Chic, Bob McClure, Steve Mohawk, and John Pentland, all happy co-owners here as they capture this division of the Eternal Cam Nation.